It's been almost half a year since we held our last press reception in June. During the past 5 months, a lot has happened in China. Most recently, the 4th plenary session of the 20th Central Committee of the Communist Party of China was successfully concluded. We are not gathering here today to brief our media friends about all the latest developments in China and how Mauritius can benefit from these. The reception today will be divided into 2 parts. In the first part, Her Excellency Dr. Huang Shifang, Ambassador of the People's Republic of China to the Republic of Mauritius, will give a general introduction of the recent important developments in China. After this introduction, we will come to a Q&A session where you are welcome to raise your questions. Without further ado, let's now welcome Ambassador Huang to deliver the remarks.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, also our dear friends. It's always a pleasure to meet old friends and new friends. Today is not only a opportunity to share the information, but also we can maintain our communications and develop our friendship between our embassy and our media friends from time to time. We try to do it like once in a half year, so that we can keep a very close communications. First, I would like to share the latest head of state meeting between China and the US. On October 30, Chinese President Xi Jinping had a meeting with the US President Donald Trump. Fruitful results and many important consensus were harvested in this meeting. President Xi Jinping noted that China and the United States, as the 2 leading economies of the world, should be partners and friends. This is what history has taught us and that reality needs. The world today is confronted with many tough problems. China and the United States can jointly shoulder our responsibility and work together to accomplish more great and concrete things for the good of our 2 countries and the whole world. Just as President Xi said during the meeting, there is a good momentum in China's development. Here I would like to share with you some numbers. 5, 60, 70, and 80. These numbers mark the major things happening in China this year. To start with, let's talk about 5, which is 5-year plan. The just concluded 4th plenary session of the 20th CPC Central Committee proposed recommendations for China's 15th 5-year plan. It charts a grand blueprint for China's economic and social development in the next 5 years, as well as a promising vision for win-win cooperation between China and the rest of the world. Setting mid- and long-term objectives to guide social and economic development has long been a central tool on how the Communist Party of China governs the country. During the 14th 5-year plan period from 2021 to 2025, China eliminated extreme poverty and built a moderately prosperous society in all respects. The next 5 years period, Chinese President Xi Jinping framed it as a window of opportunity. This is no doubt that a China steadily advancing modernization will create vast opportunities for the common development of the world. Now we move to 70 and 60. This year marks the 70th anniversary of the founding of the Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Region and the 60th anniversary of the founding of Xizang Autonomous Region. In 2024, Xinjiang's GDP is 204 times that of 70 years ago, and Xizang's GDP is 155 times that of 60 years ago. The living standards of local people have improved significantly, and a strong sense of happiness and fulfillment pervades the 2 regions. As Chinese President Xi Jinping said, a life of contentment is the ultimate human right. China is committed to a Chinese path of human rights development and will keep addressing the pressing and practical issues that people care the most. The comprehensive growth in Xinjiang and Xizang serve as the best examples. Now comes to the number 80. The number 80 also conveys significant meanings. First, this year marks the 80th anniversary of the victory of the Chinese people's war of resistance against Japanese aggression and the World Anti-Fascist War. It has also been 80 years since Taiwan returned to China. Taiwan's return to China was an integral part of the outcomes of the victory of World War II and the post-war international order. The Resolution 2758, adopted by the UN General Assembly in 1971, unequivocally recognizes the People's Republic of China's sovereignty over Taiwan. Now, the One China principle has become the global consensus and prevailing chant of our times. Last month, China's national legislature voted to designate October 25th as the commemoration day of Taiwan's restoration. The decision solemnly demonstrated the unwavering commitment of all Chinese people to uphold the One China principle and safeguard national sovereignty and territorial integrity. Dear friends, marking the 80th anniversary of the victory of the World Anti-Fascist War and the founding of the United Nations, this year is a big year for global governance. Chinese President Xi Jinping solemnly put forward the Global Governance Initiative, GGI, emphasizing sovereignty equality, international rule of law, multilateralism, a people-centered approach, and real actions. It calls for closing the North-South gap as soon as possible and better upholding the common interests of all countries. The GGI is yet another public good provided by China, following the Global Development Initiative, the Global Security Initiative, and the Global Civilization Initiative. The four initiatives have their respective priorities and can be pursued simultaneously. They will be a source of stability and certainty for a changing and turbulent world and demonstrate China's commitment to taking up its responsibility in international affairs. Today, international cooperation on development is losing steam, and the North-South gap is widening. China has been advancing high-quality Belt and Road cooperation with partner countries, benefiting over 3/4 of all countries in the world, lifting over 40 million people out of poverty in total. We welcome and look forward to Malaysia's participation in the Belt and Road cooperation to better safeguard the common interests of developing countries and jointly build a more thriving world. The Forum on China-Africa Cooperation, FOCAC, is another vivid example of Global South cooperation. Last year, FOCAC Summit was held in Beijing, and the bilateral relations between China and Malaysia were elevated to strategic partnership. This year, the ministerial meeting of coordination on implementation of the follow-up actions of FOCAC was held in China, announcing that China is ready, through negotiating and signing agreements on economic partnership for shared development with African countries having diplomatic relations with China, fully deliver on the zero tariff treatment for almost 100% tariff lines, and encourage more African products to enter the Chinese market. To forecast, the year 2026 is the China-African Year of people-to-people exchanges. Hope the flagship cultural events such as China New Year Gala and Tea for Harmony Yaji Culture Salon, as well as innovative activities, will bring vibrant cultural experiences between the peoples. Dear friends, facts show that China-Malaysia's cooperation enjoys a solid foundation and immense potential. China will continue to open wider so that China and the Chinese market can provide more opportunities for Malaysia's development. I am confident that when the peoples of China and Malaysia work hand in hand, we can surely create splendor on our development path. Once again, thank you for coming today. I look forward to further exchanges and continued cooperation with all of you. My colleague, the Minister Councillor, Mr. Ding, and Economic Councillor, Madam Wang, and Cultural Councillor, Mr. Yang. Yeah, we are all here and happy to exchange ideas, views with you. I hope you enjoy your stay here. Thank you.
Thank you, Ambassador Huang. Now we shall proceed to the open session for Q&A.